Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. This is episode 295, and it is also day 295 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row this year, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I've also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame. Also within this time frame, I've challenged myself to run two big major races, one of those races being a 50K ultra marathon trail race. That was the Yankee Springs 50K trail race. Finished that within 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds on day 156 of my journey. That was on June 5th. That was a 31-mile race, was able to keep the streak alive ever since that. Also within this time frame, I've ran a marathon that was actually 5 days ago. That was the Detroit Free Press Marathon. Was shooting for a sub 4 time and was able to finish within 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 28 seconds. So just made that cut. So very stoked and excited about that. Also within running that race, I challenged myself to run the Motor City Challenge, which entails running the competitive 1 mile and the competitive 5K the day before the actual marathon. So I was able to run all three of those races and keep the streak alive. That was day 289 and day 290. So now we are 5 days out of that race, and we were kind of on the recovery. We were on the recovery runs. Now we're kind of going to start getting back into some good mileage here coming up, I think, within the next week. So let's actually talk about mileage right now. So today was day 295, like I said. Got out there today and kept it a low mileage, like I said before as well. We're trying to be on the recovery. We are on the recovery from the marathon, so I didn't want to overdo it, but I wanted to keep the streak alive. So for the day today, yet again, put in 1.5 miles, which put me at 7.7 miles for the week, which put me at 90.6 miles for the month, which put me at 1,334.4 miles for the year. So with that 1,500 mile yearly mile goal, we were only 165.6 miles out from hitting that. But we're going to quickly focus in on these monthly miles of 90.6. So every single month I challenge myself to run a 100-mile challenge. And I do so in honor of a charity in which I donate money to, and I also start a coinciding fundraiser to try to raise money and awareness for that charity. For the first 9 months, we raised money for 9 great charities. Now we're here in the month of October, the 10th month, and the 100-mile challenge for October is in honor of Michigan Humane. I chose Michigan Humane for the month of October because October is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. I'm a huge dog person, and Michigan Humane is the shelter throughout the state here in Michigan that works like it's to all major cities, Detroit, Grand Rapids, they're all over. So I really wanted to help them out this month by making a donation and trying to raise money and awareness for them as well. So if you'd like to donate to this month's fundraiser, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram or Facebook story, or my personal page's Instagram or Facebook story. Within those stories, all you do is you click on the link. It'll open up another page where you're able to make your donations. All donations that get made go directly to this fundraiser and cause. Facebook is not taking any portion of your donations. So keep that in mind. I do know times are tough. Not everyone can afford to donate. If that is the case and you'd still like to help out, the next best thing you could do is click on that share button. It goes a long way. We're trying to raise awareness, and the best way to do that is get as many eyeballs on it as possible. So if you guys can, please click that share button and it will help out tremendously. Other than that, get your donations in. And other than that, let's kind of just get ready to get into today's actual episode. But as always, before we do that, let's talk about the word of the day. So today's word of the day for October 22nd is devotion. Devotion means being dedicated or loyal or expressing dedication or loyalty. That is today's word of the day. And as always, we're going to do a quick screenshot. I know that word, have known that word, but that is another good word to maybe use for a future episode. So it has been saved. But now let's actually get into today's episode 295. And for today's episode, today's theme is aim. And for, a multitude of reasons. One of them being, after finishing this race, I do have the goal of finishing out the year strong with the 1,500 miles and the goal of running every single day in a row. But these days are dwindling down, and I don't have any races or anything lined up. So I kind of feel aimless. I kind of feel lost. I kind of feel, um, you know, just a little down, a little depressed because I don't have anything lined up. I don't have anything to work for or work towards. Clearly, like I said, I got the year to finish out, but it's dwindling down. We're coming to a close real soon, and clearly, I'm going to continue the streak and try to continue the episode in a different format going forward through the next year, and so on. But it's still, I need some races lined up. I need something to really work for and work towards. So, on the other aspect of aim, and that is the first concept of it is I'm kind of aimless right now, and when being aimless, like I said, you feel lost, you feel kind of depressed, kind of sad. So, on that note, I want to talk about being aimless, because for the longest time, um, you know, I felt aimless. I felt maybe I had lost my way, lost my courage, lost my direction, and didn't really even know where to even try to begin to aim, to try to get back in the right direction. And I know a lot of people can go through that, and I know a lot of people are going through that. And I know the one thing that may not be the answer for everyone, but was truly the answer for me, was just picking something, and something that was maybe not gonna help me out by financially or whatever that case may be, but it was something that was going to benefit me, and it was going to help me. And it started with my running. It started with me trying to work out and just kind of have some goals, just something to aim at, something to be like, all right, here's what I want to obtain. Now I got to kind of work at it. And for the longest time, I feel like I was aimlessly going through life, just waiting for something to happen for me to go, oh, that's what I want, or oh, that's what I want. And it's not until you really narrow it down. And again, it doesn't have to be something that may be permanent, or something that's going to be for the rest of your life you're going to be working towards, but it's something that's going to take you just in the right direction, because not having any direction is truly devastating, and can be devastating. Just kind of aimlessly going through life without really anything to look forward to or anything to try to work towards. So one thing that has truly helped me throughout this year and these past years was having something to aim at, having something to work towards, having something to focus on, and like I said, mine has been running. But since focusing on running, since putting all these goals and all these things to try to aim at and go towards within my running, my outside life as well has kind of all came together. It's all pieced together. And again, nothing is perfect. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to work on. There's always going to be something to work on. There's always going to be things that need to be fixed. But that being said, everything just seems to kind of fall more into place. Everything seems to work out a little bit better once I kind of really started honing in on my running and started aiming towards some things, aiming towards those goals. And when I started achieving those goals, it gave me the strength and the courage and the motivation to try to aim for different goals throughout my life. And again, this is kind of like we've had it in previous episodes talking about compound interest or just interest in general. You start doing things and aiming towards things and start accomplishing things. Um, it starts building up, building up, building up, and building up, and it gets greater and greater and greater, and then the things you start aiming at are going to be harder and harder and harder. But if you continue to, don't aim too high, but you aim within a high enough range where you're able to. It's a struggle, but you're able to reach, and then once you reach, you're able to aim a little bit higher, and then continuously move up the ladder. And again, it all starts with just finding the first right direction. Um, and again, for me, it was really focusing on my running. And with me doing that, not only was I aiming at something, but it also kind of took away a lot of the downtime that I was wasting towards other things, because I started aiming it towards something that was more positive and would help me, would benefit me, so I didn't have as much time to sit around waste doing other things that weren't truly helping me, but kind of just hindering me from doing the things I really wanted, or hindering me from being who I wanted, or trying to advance myself farther along throughout life. So it all truly, truly starts with aim. And again, it doesn't have to be aim for something that's so crazy or outlandish or outrageous that it's not attainable. You don't go out there and go, I'm going to aim to be a millionaire in a month. While yes, it possibly could happen, or I'm going to aim to win the lottery. Like, yes, these are all possibilities, but aim for something that's going to give you strength, that's going to build you up for the next day, to aim for that next goal, for the next goal. And again, you want it to be challenging enough too, where it's not where you just aim at it and it always happens. You're going to need failures. You're going to need setbacks to really help you push you forward even harder towards that goal, whatever it may be, whatever that aim may be. So, that's kind of what today's episode is about. It's about really truly finding an aim and finding your aim and where it needs to be, because it truly helped me out tremendously throughout my life. And again, this is something that I work at on a daily basis. This isn't something that I just have solved, that, I have my aim and everything is, perfect now. No, this is something that I got to work on a daily basis too. I got to continuously, like I said, advance my aim and try to push myself a little bit farther, and continuously aim towards different things and advance and advance and advance. Or if not, I'm going to start to again feel lost and feel like I'm not going anywhere, stagnant, and feeling depressed. So truly, it's something that I need to, and we all need to work on, is continuously working on our aim and what are we aiming at. And the perfect example is me right now, just trying to figure out what the next race is going to be. Because right now I am starting to get that, that post-race blues. I'm really starting to feel it, like, well, what's next? Or I don't got anything lined up, and even these last few days have kind of been depressing, where I almost didn't want to get out there and run, just because it's like, well, what? There's a point, but it's like, what's the point? What's the next race? I don't have anything lined up. I just need to focus on lining stuff up, and I've been thinking about a lot of the stuff around here that's been a mess that I really need to focus on. So there's a lot of things I need to aim at around here. So overall, there's a lot of aiming that needs to be done from me, but for you as well. So that is going to be your daily discipline. It is to figure out what your aim is and start aiming at something if you're not aiming anywhere. And whatever it is you're aiming at, make sure it's something that's going to benefit you, that's positive. Like I said, for me, it was trying to start running and getting my health in shape, but from that blossomed so much more. So truly aim at something great and continuously push yourself to aim higher and higher and higher as you start obtaining whatever it is you are aiming at. That is your daily discipline for the day, guys. Other than that, thank you so much for following along and listening. This is episode 295, day 295. If you guys can, please give the podcast a like, subscribe, a follow, a share on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. whatever podcast streaming platform you've been found along and listening on. Other than that, just if you can, tell your friends, get your donations in for this month's fundraiser. And just stay disciplined, guys. This whole podcast is about trying to do self-improvement, because I truly believe if we want to make the world a better place, it starts with working on ourselves on an individual level. So that's kind of what the podcast has been about, and you've been following along with me on my journey as I've been running and trying to improve every single day. So that is the podcast for the day 295. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 296. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Get your daily discipline done, stay disciplined, and I will see you guys tomorrow for 296. All right, peace out.